So, I'm gonna talk real quick about what happened January 6th, 2021. Been watching social media, watching my feed carefully, ever since the day it happened. Um, reading people's responses and, seeing how they feel about it, emotions are high, whatever. I don't know what all the hoopla is about though. You know, there's a week later, ain't nothing changed. Rent still due, Con Ed still due, phone still due, groceries still gotta get paid. Um, Kids still need clothes. You know, pretty much everything is the same. You know, I don't know about anybody else whose life has changed. Ungrateful motherfuckers still gonna be ungrateful motherfuckers. Hoes gonna be hoes. Ain't nothing changed. But people is out there talking crazy like, yo, to say what you're saying, and let me just be point blank and say, I hear people saying and comparing Trump to Hitler. Like, if you can compare Trump to Hitler, I don't know what level of education you at. You clearly haven't done no research. You ain't read no books, nothing like that, because Trump don't even make it into the top 20, quite honestly. And further back you go, the lower his number gonna drop. I guarantee you. Just even as president, he don't get top billing from me as worst president ever. Quite honestly, top billing from me, I would put Woodrow Wilson above everybody else. Just because he gave you those pieces of shit that you got in your wallet that ain't worth shit unless you acquire some assets with it. Just for that, this country been screwed since back then. That's over 100 years. So Trump don't get top billing. Not as a bad president. I mean, of course he has issues. We all have issues, But obviously his issues were more prevalent because he was in the media and he was out there on Twitter and whatever. So yeah, obviously for the world to see, everything is like magnified. But I know the media, and I know what they're capable of, and how they can mold and fashion opinions in their favor. Um, if you've done any studies on, people that invented the media and how they do advertising, you study people like Bernays, you understand that there's a method to everything that they do. Even simple things that they place in ads that you don't even think you see, but it was there and you saw it, and it has an imprint on your brain. Um, but the posts have been crazy on social media, and I need people to think back. There's a kid named Ramarley who shot and killed in his grandmother's bathroom in the Bronx in 2012. None of the officers were found guilty, as far as I can remember. Um, Sean Bell, that's a good one. New York as well. 2006, not guilty. And Amadou Diallo, going back even further, 41 shots with a wallet in his hand. So this problem been existed, and people like me, since there has been social media around, I've been posting how I felt about it. Like, it's really fucked up that nothing gets done, cops go free, and it's the same old shit over and over again. Now, since George Floyd got that knee on his neck, and BLM and Antifa and the rest of them been tearing up the country for the past few months. All of a sudden, people want to jump on the bandwagon. Oh, it's injustice and something needs to happen. What has happened, though? What are the laws on the books for an unjustified homicide or killing an unarmed individual? Not even necessarily a black person, just an unarmed civilian. What is on the books for that for a police officer? Look what happened with Amber Geiger. She killed this dude, Botham Jean, in his apartment and got 10 years and is appealing, from what I understand. And got hugs from the Mammy judge and the family. What has changed? So since last week, as I said, what's changed? You're looking at something that's probably all the way at the front of the board. This ain't even get to probably the second tier of those pegs at the front of the board, of the pawns. Maybe it's in the second tier, probably third tier. But they ain't no way in the back yet. Yeah, it's a move. It's definitely a move. But every time you see something that is prolific or it captures attention, it has the nation in some sense of there's more at play. There's always more at play. Always. With the World Trade, it was the Patriot Act, and you losing more of your individual rights, as a human being. So I understand how people feel, but let's be honest. This has been, they talking about, oh, it's white privilege and it's the racist white people, and yeah, but this been going on. Black people that have white friends been very low key, say for the past 20 years, and expressing themselves how they should about these things. I've actually seen on social media where black friends of mine have blown up with white friends of theirs over something like that happened, and they're on opposite sides of the fence. Unless people in general can come to a consensus and say, listen, it's not about Democrat or Republican, it's about right or wrong. That's it. There's people that's out there that say not all cops are bad. People out there that say not all politicians are bad. So what are the good ones doing to get rid of the bad ones? And what do you use to judge the good ones? When you say good, what exactly do you mean? I need to be able to quantify those statements. And when you put a person like, as I said before, Trump in the same bracket as Hitler, you're not even thinking, you're just talking and allowing stuff to come out your mouth. Now, I'm not pro-Trump, not by any stretch of the imagination, but I am pro-truth. And as I said, the media is able to shape and mold people's minds. And, what I can account for, can I account for what happened? I don't know how it happened or what was the direct purpose, what they hoped to achieve. I don't know that, but it did happen. So I think getting to the root of that matter, and furthermore finding out what comes after, that is what is currently important. I mean, it's free advice. Take it or leave it.